Sarah slammed the brakes when a dark figure appeared right in front of her in the middle of the road. In the headlights she saw a dog, wet, emaciated but determined. Her eyes burned in the dark, her paws firmly pressed into the asphalt, and behind her, shivering from the cold, were her tiny puppies. Sarah's heart pounded wildly. She was alone on the country road, the darkness stretching around her, the only sound the steady drumming of rain. She turned on her hazard lights, trying to comprehend what she was seeing. The dog didn't move. She wasn't there by accident. She was deliberately blocking the road, refusing to let the car pass. "Come on, move," Sarah muttered, gripping the steering wheel. She honked, but the dog didn't flinch. The puppies behind her whimpered pitifully, huddling together. Something was wrong. Sarah reached for her phone, about to call for help, but then the dog made a strange movement. She didn't run away, didn't dart to the side. Instead, she lowered her head almost pleadingly, then took a slow step toward the car. A chill ran down Sarah's spine. She had never seen a dog behave like this. She looked into the animal's eyes and the dog looked back. There was something in that gaze, something desperate, something almost human. "What do you want?" Sarah whispered, turning on her flashlight and carefully opening the car door. The dog didn't back down. Instead, she took a step backward as if inviting Sarah to follow. Sarah's heart squeezed. Every instinct told her something was off. What if this was a trap? What if something horrible was waiting beyond the reach of the headlights? Taking a deep breath, she stepped out. The cold air pierced her skin, and the rain soaked through her jacket instantly. She aimed the flashlight at the dog, illuminating her thin, trembling body. Her wet fur clung to her ribs, but her eyes remained locked on Sarah. The puppies behind her whined softly, their tiny bodies shaking. The dog took another step back, then another. She wasn't running away. She was leading her somewhere. "Do you want me to follow you?" Sarah murmured, unsure why she was speaking aloud. The dog's tail twitched nervously, but she didn't move otherwise. Sarah hesitated, glancing at the puppies. They weren't running either. They weren't wild. They weren't afraid of people. Something wasn't right. She looked around. No cars. No houses. Just the endless stretch of road disappearing into darkness. Her gaze returned to the dog, who stood like a statue, eyes locked onto hers. Then something inside her shifted. An unshakable feeling that she needed to go. Cautiously she took a step forward. The dog immediately turned and trotted toward the edge of the forest, but she didn't disappear. She stopped, looked back and waited. "Oh my God," Sarah muttered, a growing unease crawling through her. But she couldn't just get back in the car and drive away. She turned once more toward the shivering puppies, then back at the waiting dog. Slowly she followed. Each step was accompanied by the pounding of her heart, louder than the rain around her. Her boots sank into the wet grass at the roadside, the damp cold seeping through her jeans. The dog moved forward again, leading her deeper into the darkness. And then she heard it. A sound beyond the rain. A low, muffled moan. Sarah froze. The dog growled, her fur bristling. Something was moving among the trees. "Who's there?" Sarah called, her voice trembling. A shadow shifted. A figure barely visible. The man she found struggled to lift his head. His lips parted, voice barely above a whisper. "It's my." A faint squeak broke through the night. Sarah swung her flashlight toward the sound and gasped. Two children stood there. Dirty. Frightened. The boy, about 8 years old, shielded a smaller girl behind him. His wide eyes locked onto Sarah, full of fear. The little girl trembled, clutching something ragged to her chest. "Daddy?" the girl whispered hoarsely. The man gasped. Sarah's stomach twisted. These were his children. "Oh God," he exhaled, his breath shuddering. "You're here, you're alive." He tried to step toward them, but his legs buckled. Sarah barely managed to process it. They had been here this whole time. "The car," the man breathed, struggling to explain. "We crashed, slid off the road. I hit my head, lost consciousness, and they—" His voice trailed off as the dog moved closer to the children, gently pressing her nose into the boy's palm. The boy gasped, then clung to her. Sarah understood. This dog had been protecting them the whole time. Guarding them. Seeking help. And she had succeeded. Everything blurred. The man reaching trembling hands toward his children. Their tearful embrace. Sarah struggling to keep her own emotions in check. "You did well," she whispered to the dog, crouching near her. "You did so well." The dog didn't move, only kept her eyes on the children. They were safe now. By the time they reached the road, the kids were wrapped in blankets, fast asleep in the back seat of Sarah's car. The dog sat beside them, eyes never leaving them, still standing guard like the loyal protector she was. Sarah let out a shaky sigh and looked at the dog. "You saved them," she whispered. "You're a real angel." The dog held her gaze for a moment, then quietly laid her head on the little girl's lap, standing guard even in sleep. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss our most heartwarming stories.